it, please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And I was going to record a couple of these videos today, but I'm not well. I am in the valley of the unwell, so I'm going to squeeze through this one, and then I'm going to go and chill out and relax for a bit. I got the final episode of Resident Alien to watch, and I can do a season review of that. Anyway, I'm meandering. This is the 48 Ways to Wisdom, way number 4. What are the 48 Ways to Wisdom? Well, about 2,000 years ago, a bunch of awfully clever people wrote down a bunch of awfully clever stuff, and amongst the awfully clever stuff was 48 ways to acquire wisdom, 48 ways to make yourself great. So we're doing Aware of These a Day. This was a series developed by my Rabbi Noach Weinberg of blessed memory, who founded the Rabbinical Seminary of Aish Torah, I think another awesome mayor. So this was his big thing. This was one of his big things, and it's really good stuff. It's stuff that if you can do all of them really, really easily, and they qualitatively improve your life. They qualitatively improve your life. So today we're on way number 4. Introduce yourself to yourself. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button, the share button, subscribe button? The subscribe button's important. Comment button is great. And go check out my Indiegogo. 2 freaking awesome comic books, graphic novels for your delight and delectation. But let's look at this way to wisdom. Introducing way number 4. Introduce yourself to yourself. Don't go through life making assumptions about who you are. Take time now before a crisis comes along and forces the issue. So here's an interesting thing. We often make a lot of assumptions about ourselves, and those assumptions aren't necessarily true. They don't stay true forever. We are changing beings, right? And it's really important to get a handle on who you are, to understand yourself. A tool that I use for this a lot is something called Cheshbon HaNefesh, which is essentially the sort of diary, right? But you evaluate where you're going, however you want to do, like how's your day been? Are you reaching your goals? Because I think the more that you shine a light on yourself, the more you understand yourself, and the more effective you can be, right? So so the thing, it starts off. I'll put the link to this in the video notes. It starts off using an analogy. It says, have you ever got on a train and just sat there and you don't realize too late you're on the wrong train, you've gone completely the wrong direction. So that's an analogy about life. You don't really notice where you're going, what you're doing, and you have these assumptions, and then suddenly you look around and your life is nowhere near where you want it to be, and you don't know why, right? So it's because you don't have a good handle on who you are, on what you're doing. And oftentimes we make these assumptions about ourselves that we're more virtuous than we want to be. We try and pretend we're the people we really, the idealized version of ourselves, rather than the true person we are. It's very important to be realistic with this as well. So there's it's just 10 questions that you should ask yourself, and you should be able to, if you don't have answers to these like off your fingertips, you really need to do some serious introspection. And again, incredible tools for life. So the first one is, what is the purpose of life? What do you think? Why do you think you were here? Right? What do you think the purpose of life is? I think the purpose of life is to be make yourself more than you were yesterday, to grow and be a better person. Defining what that means is a whole different thing. So what are your goals in life to get there? If you want to know your purpose in life, you ask yourself what your goals in life. They're different things. Why did I choose this career? Well, most of the time, a lot of people just fell into their career, right? But what? If you're that type of person and you believe in God, which I do, you can ask, like, why did God put me here and now? Like, why did God have me do this rather than that? I said, how do you spend your time? Again, a lot of people just don't realize this about themselves. But just sit down and think, how do you spend your time? What is my motivation for doing what I do? Now this is a little bit more oblique because this you have to go into. You basically have to go into each situation and look at it in different ways because we normally have a whole bunch of motivations for each and every decision we don't really notice. What really makes me happy? Really important question to ask yourself. What really makes you happy? And the follow-up is, are you as happy as you want to be? Right? Is there anything you can do to improve that? Is it more? I guess here's a good question, barometer question. Is it more important to be rich or happy? Well, I will go for both. I will go for those of you. What are your future plans and why? What are my secret dreams and ambitions? Well, I would have included that in the answers earlier. So, what are you living for? What are you living? Sounds like a simple question. But yeah, the things that sound like a simple question are often like really important questions. Like, and again, what you're living for changes as your life changes throughout your life. So Rav Noach used to do this thing saying, I think people in college, are you living to eat or are you eating to live? Now, most people say, well, I mean, I eat to live. I'm not living to eat. That'd be crazy. So he said, fine. So you're living to eat. So what are you doing? He said, well, I'm going to college. So why are you going to college? So I can get a good degree. Why can you get a good degree? So I can get a good job. Why do you want a good job? So I can have money. Why do you want money? So I can eat. So you're living to eat, right? You're living to eat. If you don't know why you're doing it, you're living to eat, and it's really important to not be like that. To eat to live, right? And if you don't know why you're doing stuff, that's easy. That can easily happen. Isolate your blocks. This is a good one. This is a good. Yeah, when you got to again be honest with yourself about this thing. You ask you, why am I lazy? Yeah, am I lazy and why? Like what am I and why am I dragging my feet to do this? Am I disorganized? Why? And it's not a simple question. You've got to ask yourself this over and over again to get into it. When you get angry, what makes you angry? What makes you do that? What makes you into this state? What are you jealous? Are you arrogant? Do you have trouble making decisions? A lot of people will avoid making decisions because they're scared of making the wrong decision. The only wrong decision to make is not making a decision. You have no control how things come out, right? You have no control how things come out, but you have control if you can make a decision or not. Do I lack self-confidence and do I take the initiative, right? Again, these are all great questions that you really should be going through yourselves over and over and over and over again. I read your emotions. Know why you feel the way you feel. Like, why did I get upset by this? Why did that make me happy? And they're silly reasons a lot of the time, right? Silly reasons, a lot of the time. Understand the two parts of yourself. So, if you see that great episode of Star Trek where Kirk is split into his good and bad side, the good side doesn't have the strength to make decisions. The bad side is just an animal, can't control its fear. We have two sides of us in life. Yeah? So, look at both. Look at both of you because both sides. Don't look at one side as like, oh, you're easy. No. You're evil, actually. Both sides of you are you, right? And they're uniquely you. They're absolutely uniquely you. Know what you know. Yeah, exactly. This is a great one. If you think you know something, ask yourself why you know it and how you know it, right? Have complete clarity on it. Rav Noach used to call 5-finger clarity, like you said, the same sort of clarity that you have 4 fingers and a thumb. But that's like that same clarity, that first-hand experiential knowledge. Like, how do you know what you know? Like, what are your premises based on? These are great questions to ponder for yourself. So why is knowing yourself a way to wisdom? These little wrap-ups sometimes aren't that great. Let's have a look what it's going. You can know truth if you look honestly into yourself. Okay, yeah, fine. Motives are powerful forces of greatness. Know them, harness them. Identify your problems at the beginning. It's the beginning of solving them. That's true. And identify your problems and acknowledging them. Right, I think is a big one. If you don't get it straight now, you're bound to end up in making some mistakes. Yeah, bad mistake. Exactly. I think if you it's all about trajectory of your life. The better you know yourself, the better you can control that trajectory. Don't be afraid of finding out who you are. This is one that people are really scared of, right? It's real true. People are scared of finding out who they are. If you're acting illogical, at least acknowledge that to yourself. Well, the thing is, you can act illogical, but then you can, when you go into the reasons why you're acting illogical, they're normally quite logical for most people. The key to sounding it is letting truth into your body. Don't know what that means. You can't afford to wait too long to get your nose out because you are the most fascinating person you'll ever meet. Well, listen. I can understand me saying it to myself because I'm a pretty interesting guy. Okay, I can understand. You know, I will say results may vary. No, really, you are the most interesting person you're going to meet because there's so much detail to you and nuance that you don't really know. So knowing yourself, I think is a crucial way to wisdom. So there you go. That's why it's one of the 48 ways to wisdom. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, and have yourselves a fantastic day.